It is amazing how deconditioned I've become.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Krista. Hi, Krista.
Well, I made it. My computer updated.
I'm just gonna go shut.
Oh no, are you gonna take class, Krista?
Well, the baby just woke up. It's a rough time around 8 for me.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that signed up today.
There was actually one more and then they unsigned, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Krista.
Hey, Lisa, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, great. It's beautiful outside, so it's always
I know. I didn't even really go outside yesterday. I was so mad. I was like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I always take the baby for a walk. And
I know, you're so good.
And I think I pass your house all the time.
Really? You have to wave or say hi. I have to look out the window. When do you usually do it?
Yesterday was was around during Katie's class around 6. It was later.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I go before his nap time or after his nap time. It just depends when he's being crazy.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. My energy's back. So
good.
On the downside of that, I'm hardly sleeping. So it's like I'm not sleeping or I'm hardly sleeping. So
the worst.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right. Do you want to start? You ready, Julie?
Sure. Yeah.
Great class.
Cool.
Thanks, Krista. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Let's start in child's pose.
You know what? I'm going to keep my camera on so you can see how
awesome.
If I'm keeping up with you.
No, that's great because I like I'll do a pose and then I might come and look at the screen and just check with your alignment. So yeah, do that.
Yes. Check that I'm still breathing. All right.
I think you are going to do awesome. All right, let's come into child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch, let your knees open up nice and wide, and then just bring your forehead to the mat. And take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth and sigh it out. I'm just trying to get Julie's screen bigger so that I can see what she's doing. Okay, perfect. So just rock your forehead from side to side and start to tune into your breath. Notice each inhalation and each exhalation. And see if you can get your inhalation to match the length of your exhalation. Start to tune into the Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And reach your fingers out long in front of you. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And just sigh everything out from the day, the week. Really let yourself get grounded onto the mat. Downward facing dog. Press into your palms, spread your fingers nice and wide, and just start to pedal out your feet, making any movements that you need to make. Bend one knee and then the other. And keep pressing your chest towards your thighs. And let your head really drop. Gaze in between your knees, drishti in between the knees. Krista, I think that your microphone is still on.
Oh, you know what? That's my microphone. I'm going to turn my microphone off.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Perfect. So just pedal out your feet. And then lift your right leg up, bend your knees, and stack your hips open. And you can take some large knee circles in one direction and then in the other. And keep pressing down into your right hand so that your shoulders are in line with each other. And then keep lifting that right leg up nice and high. And then bring it to the outside of your right hand. We're going to just come into active lizard. So your right foot is to the outside of your right hand. So you're going to have your right pinky toe, your right pinky next to your right big toe. And then keep it active by keeping your left knee off the mat. You're on the tippy toes of your left foot. And then slowly roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. And then maybe from here, you can just kind of chug back and forth, opening up through the hips. Breathing into any tight spots. And then if that feels okay, you can come down onto your forearms. And keep your chest lifted, your gaze is to the top of the mat. And then focus your breath here for 3 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Press into your palms. Come back up onto your palms. And then slowly swing that right leg up and back. Coming into your 3-legged dog. Stretch it out a little bit. And then come back into your downward facing dog. And we're just going to do that again on the left side. So lift the left leg up, bend the knees, stack your hips open, and take your knee circles in both directions. And then from here, come into your 3-legged dog, lifting your left leg up nice and high, and then bringing it to the outside of to the inside of your left hand. So all the way to the edge of your mat. Your left pinky toe is next to your left thumb. Come high up onto the ball of your right foot. And then just chug back and forth here. Nice. Nice work, Jules. And if that feels okay, you can come onto your forearms. But again, listen to your body. Each side is different, so this side might be way tighter. And if that's the case, just stay up on your palms. And again, breathe into the tightness. Let yourself just kind of, keeping this really active, but also allowing yourself to open up and melt into the mat. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Come back onto your palms, lift the left leg up, and then come into your downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet to your hands, grab opposite elbows, hang in ragdoll. And shake your head out yes, shake your head out no. Ground down into all 4 corners of both feet and into the center of your heels. So really press your heels down, get that nice stretch in the back of your thighs. And then slowly roll all the way up to stand. Come into your extended mountain pose, reaching your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just close your eyes, set an intention for your practice. Ask yourself how you want your day to go today. What do you want your day to look like? What do you need? What will make you feel complete today? Inhale the arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step back into your high plank. Shoulders over the wrist. Heels over the toes. And pull the belly in and up, round out through your shoulders, press the floor away. And we're just gonna hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down halfway, or you can come onto your knees, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 full cycles of breath here. Bend the knees, look in between your hands, hop, walk, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, exhale, and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, get nice and long, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, high to low plank. Again, you can keep your knees down on the mat, or you can come into your full chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. And again, tune into your Ujjayi breath here. We're warming ourselves up from the inside out and from the outside with our movements. But the Ujjayi breath is really heating you up from the inside. Bend the knees, hop, walk, float, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, look up, get long, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it all go. 2 more breaths. Bend your knees, hop or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, chair. So set your pose up. Tune into your toes, lift all 10 toes, and then relax them back onto the mat. Nice. Nice, Julie. Sit a little bit deeper and pull your belly in. Nice, really, really good. Reach the arms up, your biceps are by your ears. And then sit a little bit deeper, a little bit lower. 1 more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and then come high up onto the ball of your back foot. Find your balance here. And then we're gonna rise up into our high crescent lunge. Just for a second, so there's a deep bend in your right knee, 90-degree angle. The knee stacks right over the ankle, arms are reaching up. And then you're gonna take your left hip back, letting your right hip shift forward a little bit. Look up, reach up, exhale, plant the hands down, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Left leg, step it through. Come into your high crescent lunge. And the same thing here, we're going to plant that left foot down, come high up onto the ball of the right foot, and reach your arms all the way up. Get nice and long. Exhale, plant the hands down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Bend the knees, hop or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, come into that high crescent lunge. We're moving just a little bit faster here. So we're really warming our bodies up. Plant the hands down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, high crescent lunge as you rise up. Take a breath in. Exhale, plant the hands down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one breath in, one breath out. Hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, high crescent lunge. Reach up, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, high crescent lunge. Rise up. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Hop, walk, or float. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, chair. Last sun be here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, high crescent lunge. So come into that high crescent lunge again, keeping that bend in the right knee. And then keep coming high up onto your toes, your left toes. So even if you're on your toes, come up a little bit more. You want your heels stacking right over the toes. And then you can like take that right foot forward a little bit, really take up space. Nice, nice, Julie. And then from here, reach your arms up overhead. And then slowly start to bend your left knee towards the mat. So you're gonna drop your left knee all the way down onto the mat, untuck your toes, and see how this feels. If this feels okay, you can reach your left hand back and try to grab the top of your left foot. And this requires a lot of balance and core work, so just take it slow. If that's too much, you can just keep your arms reaching up overhead. But if you want to try to grab the top of your left foot, go for that. And lean forward a little bit, really getting into the quads on your left thigh. And when you're ready, reach the right arm up. And bring both hands down. Step the right foot to meet the left and take your flow. Lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Step the foot in between the hands. High crescent lunge as you rise up. Come high up onto the right tippy toes. Stack the heels over the toes. Reach the arms up. And then slowly bend the right knee all the way down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. And stay here. Stay here for a minute. Find your balance. And if that feels okay, reach your right arm back as you lift your right leg up. Grab the top of your foot and reach that left arm up. Keep pulling the belly in. Really nice work, Julie. And then gently release your foot to the floor. You're not gonna just plop it down, you're gonna just gently release it. And then tuck your right toes. Plant your hands down, step the left foot back to meet the right, and take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, high crescent lunge again. A lot of high crescent lunges today, right? Reach the arms up, press into that right foot, And then bring your hands to prayer, twist over to the right side. You're hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And once you're here, you can make a fist with your right palm and press your palm into your hands and see how that changes your twist. When you press your palm into your hand, you're actually lengthening up through your torso, pulling the belly away from the thighs. And keep deepening your twist by pressing the palm into the fist into the palm. Open up your hands, deepen your twist here for one more breath in and out. Come back to high crescent lunge center. Open up the arms, warrior two. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Gaze out over that right middle finger. And then flip your front palm, reach up, reach back. Extended side angle, bring the right hand to the floor, or you can bring your right forearm to your thigh. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Nice. So if you want to rest your forearm on your thigh, you can do that too. Nice. And then think about pressing your elbow into your knee. Yeah, just like that to open up through the hip a little bit more. Really good. Gaze up at the top at your left hand. Keep pressing into the outer edge of that left foot. And then plant the hands down, step back, take your flow. You can always skip a flow and meet back in down dog. That's up to you. Left leg lifts. Step the foot in between the hands, high crescent lunge, rise up. And then bring your hands to heart center, twist over to the left side. Again, hooking your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Once you find your balance here, make a fist with your left hand and press the fist into your palm. And just go a little bit deeper here. Come really high up onto that ball of the tippy toes of your right foot and twist like crazy, opening up your heart, opening up the chest to the left side wall. And then come back through center, high crescent lunge. Open up the arms, warrior two. Keep that lunge in your left knee. So check in, make sure you've got a nice deep lunge in that left knee. Flip your front palms, reach up, look up. Exhale, extended side angle on the left side. Bring the left hand down to the floor. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. If you have a block, you can put a block underneath your left hand. And really come into the twist. So you're pressing your left elbow into your left knee, opening up through the hips and reaching the right arm up and pressing that right arm up and back for 3 breaths. Stay with it. Look down at your feet, plant your hands down, step the left to meet the right, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open up your mouth side out. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knees, stack your hips open. And you can stay here or you can flip your dog. If you're flipping your dog, press into your feet, lift that right arm up. Keep reaching to the wall in front of you. And then come forward into your side plank on the right side. You're gonna bring your right hand to the middle of your mat. And you're gonna roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. So you can always modify here by coming onto dropping your right knee onto the mat and lifting the left arm up. Maybe you lift that left leg up. Bring the left hand back down, come into your high plank, and take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, bend the knees, stack your hips open. Come high up onto the tippy toes of your right foot and stay here, or flip your dog. Really, really good. Nice. Come back, side plank on the left side. So left hand comes down to the middle of your mat. Yep, nice. See if you can lift your right leg up just a tiny bit, Julie, just a tiny bit. Yes, you did it, nice. Beautiful. Come back to your high plank and take your flow, or you can meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open up your mouth, side out. Hop, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, and fold. And then heel toe your feet, hips width distance apart. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers and just let your head drop. Bend your elbows and keep pulling the belly in. There's no tension in the neck, but you're still using your core here. Walk your hands underneath your feet. Coming into gorilla pose. Toes, massage the wrists. Shake your head out yes, shake your head out no. And just relax all the muscles in your face here. And then from here, you have your choice to come into crow or malasana squat. So that is yogi's choice. Nice. I love a malasana squat. So bring your heels in, toes out. Hands are at prayer. And you're pressing your elbows into your knees to open up your hips a little bit more. Lift your heart, lift your chest, and lift your gaze. Stay here for 5 breaths. Bring your right hand down to the outside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up. And maybe you have a half or full bind here. Come back through center. And then bring your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Reach the right arm up. Coming into half or full bind. And come back through center. And then we're gonna slowly lift up. So lift your tush up about 2 inches so that your hips are in line with your knees. And just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rise all the way up to stand. Maybe come to a back bend at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hop, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And hug your right knee into the chest. Maybe you grab your big toe. Or you can stay just grabbing your knee. Press into that left foot like crazy. So really focus on the big toe of your left foot. Bring your attention there. Open up, extending your right leg out. Bringing your leg back in through center, and then coming into your warrior pose. Flex the toes down towards the floor. Yes, really good. Keep flexing that foot like crazy. Really nice. Half moon. Bring the left hand down, right arm up. And then forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Start to ground down into that right foot. Hug the left knee into the chest. And again, tune into where you're at. I feel very wobbly today. And every day is different. But I feel very, very wobbly today. But I'm going to try and just keep focusing my drishti and my breath to help me find that balance. Grab your big toe. Extend the foot out to the front of the room and off to the side. And then come into your warrior three pose, extending the left leg out. And you can use blocks here for balance. And lift that left leg up, flex the foot, and keep turning the toes down towards the mat. That's gonna help you to square your thighs and square your hips, square your hips to the mat. And then half moon, right hand down, left arm up. Keep lifting that left leg up. Energy out through the fingertips. Forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high to low plank. Take your flow or meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward, and we're gonna come right into triangle pose. So you're gonna spiral that left foot down onto the mat, and slowly start to straighten out your right knee. I like to take a block to the outside of my right foot, and then reach that left arm up. Really good. See if you can send your hips back a little bit, Julie. Yeah. Yes, right there. Reach up, look all the way up. Really nice. And then pivot all 10 toes to face the long edge of your mat. So you're going to pivot your right foot towards the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a breath in. And exhale, fold. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers and just let your head get heavy. Take a really nice wide stance here. Bend your elbows. Let the crown of your head come down towards the floor. And just breathe. Release your big toes, walk your hands to frame your right foot, and then turn all 10 toes to face the top of your mat. And then you're gonna hop your left foot in about halfway, so it's in the middle of your mat. And then fold over that right leg. And you're trying to straighten out that right knee as much as you can, but you're not locking it out. You're keeping it nice and fluid and soft, water in the joints. But you're trying to just straighten it out, grounding down through your heels. Nice. Forehead comes to the shin. Really nice, Julie. Shake it out, yep. And then twisting triangle from here. You can keep your left hand to the inside of your left foot. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I've been taking my left hand to the outside of my right foot or grabbing my right ankle. So you can just kind of play and see what feels okay. And then lift that right arm up when you're ready. If you're finding it really hard to balance, you can keep your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Keep twisting open, pressing into that right foot like crazy. And then bring both hands down to the mat, step the right foot to meet the left, and take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, triangle pose. Spiral that right foot down. Straighten out your left knee. And then reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And take a wider stance if you need to. Keep sending that right hip back. Right arm is reaching up and back. And then slowly start to pivot your left foot to face the long edge of your mat. Come into your forward fold. All 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Press into the outer edges of both feet and let your hips come forward a little bit more, coming onto your forearms. So you want a lot of your weight to be in your toes so that your hips are stacking over your toes. Come into a flat back. Walk your hands to frame your left foot and then hop that right foot in. Fold over your left leg, bringing your nose towards your knee. Send your left hip back a little bit more. And then twisting triangle, bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot, or you can grab the ankle, or you can keep your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Reach the left arm up when you're ready. And then plant both hands down, step the left foot to meet the right, and take your flow. Shift forward into your high plank and lower down all the way onto your belly, nice and slow, setting up for your locust pose. So hands are alongside the body, palms face down towards the floor. Press your pubic bone into the mat. And on your next inhale, lift everything up. Head, chest, arms, feet come up last. Gaze to the top of your mat. And reach everything back. Reach the arms, reach the feet back. Lift your thighs away from the mat a little bit more. And release. Come on to the opposite cheek. And we're going to do that one more time. Bring your forehead and chin to center and lift everything up. Nice, Julie. Keep gazing down at the mat. Look down at the mat. Yes. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down onto the mat. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs. And then press your palms into the mat. Come into your upward facing dog and into your downward facing dog. Drop your knees onto the mat, set up for camel pose. So we're gonna bring our knees hips width distance apart. Hands come into the low back. And really firm up through your thighs. Your quads are super active here. Start to gently press your hips towards the front of your room. And then lower your arms down to meet your heels. You can come onto your tippy toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other and just let your head drop back. Slowly bring your palms into your low back and sit your hips back down towards your heels. Stay here for one breath in hero's pose. And then come right back into your second camel pose. Look up, let your head just drop back, opening up through the heart here. Tuck your chin into your chest, gently make your way back up, and then come into child's pose. Take a minute here just to catch your breath, get grounded again. And notice how this child's pose might feel a little bit different than the first. Notice the ways that it feels different and how your body feels different. And then just slowly make your way onto your back, coming into bridge pose. So knees are bent, feet are hips width distance apart. And then gently start to lift your hips away from the mat. Roll onto your shoulder blades, interlacing hands underneath your low back. And keep pressing into your feet to lift the hips up away from your mat. Ujjayi breath. Slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. Take one breath in, one breath out, and then come back up into your second bridge pose. Maybe this one you can make a little bit deeper by coming onto your tippy toes. Squeeze your knees in towards each other. Inner thighs are squeezing in towards each other. And then make your way all the way down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. And then grab the outside edges of your feet, coming into your happy baby. And just let your low back melt onto the mat. Bring your knees together and you're just gonna rock and roll forward a couple of times. And we're gonna rock right into our Navasana boat pose. So you're gonna come onto your tailbone and you can start with your hands behind your thighs. And once you find your balance here, straighten out your legs, reach your arms towards your feet and suck the belly in. We're gonna hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Lower yourself all the way onto the mat. And then one more time, you're gonna rock and roll forward, coming into your downward facing dog this time. Lift your right leg up and step the right foot forward, coming back into your lizard pose. So again, the right foot is to the outside of your right hand. And this time you can drop onto your left knee. So we were making this actually more of a passive pose before it was active. But if you want to come onto your left knee this time and really just allow your hips to open here. They should be a lot more open than they were in the beginning. So come onto your forearms. Keep your chest lifted. And notice your breath. Press back into your palms and then tuck your left toes and then start to swing your right leg back, coming into your downward facing dog. And then bring your left foot forward to the inside of the left hand. And then you're going to drop your right knee onto the mat, top of the foot onto the mat, and slowly roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. So you're peeling that left foot open like it's a book. And then coming onto your forearms, lizard on the left side. Press into your palms. Tuck your right foot, come onto the tippy toes, and then swing the left foot back to meet the right. Come back into your downward facing dog. And then hop, walk, or float to the top of your mat. And then you're just gonna come to sit down, coming into double pigeon. So you're gonna bring your right shin over your left. So your shins are stacking over each other. The right foot is flexed. And you're gonna bring your right ankle right over your left knee. And there could be a big gap between your right knee and left foot, and that's okay. Just leave the gap there. And maybe this is deep enough of a pose for you, deep enough of a hip opener. Stay here, or maybe you can crawl your hands forward. Whatever feels okay to you, just be mindful of your knees and keep your feet flexed. And then gently switch sides. Left shin over the right. Flex both feet. And again, you can stay lifted or you can walk your hands forward. Come back up to a seat. Extend both legs out in front of you. Flex the toes towards your face. Remove any flesh from your sit bones. And then reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. And leading with your chest, just drop forward. Release your feet, reach your arms out in front of you, and then pull the belly in and lower yourself down onto your mat. And come into an inversion of your choice. You can come into waterfall, putting a block underneath your low back, or you can come into shoulder stand. Wherever you are, just make sure your legs are stacked right over your hips. And keep your legs nice and active. So you want to have energy out through the toes. Nice. Really good, Julie. Slowly start to lower your feet. Yep. Bend your knees, let them frame your ears. Hug your knees into your chest, and then drop them over to the right side. Gaze out over your left shoulder. You can cactus out your arms and keep both shoulders on the mat. And come back through center and drop your legs over to the opposite side. Gaze out over the opposite shoulder. And come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really nice tight squeeze. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, sigh it out. Ha. Slowly straighten out your legs. You can have your palms face up to receive, or you can bring your palms down to the mat if you want to feel a little more grounded. And set yourself up for your Shavasana if you need a blanket or a towel. Shavasana. And for the last few minutes of your Shavasana, just start to come into a loving kindness meditation. So repeating to yourself, may I be safe. May I be safe. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be healthy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be peaceful. May I be peaceful. And then extending this prayer out to all beings. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be peaceful. Slowly start to deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently roll over onto your right side, extending your right arm behind you, making a pillow for your head. And when you're ready, slowly come to a tall seat at the top of your mat with your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. The light in me honors the beautiful and unique light in you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your time with me today. Namaste. I'm going to unmute you, Julie. Hello?
Ah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh boy, you got me sweating there, Lisa.
Oh, you did so good. I was checking in on you. You were awesome.
Thanks. That was a good practice. I really appreciate it. That was great work.
Oh, it was so nice to see your face. Always so
good to see you. Miss you guys so much.
Oh, it's crazy, right? It's been 4 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks, I was like, we can do this, no big deal. Now 4 weeks, I'm like, okay.
I hope it's only 2 more weeks for us.
I know, fingers crossed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, good luck with your daughter and kindergarten classes.
Yes, keep me posted on your work situation. I hope it starts to, you figure something else out or something.
Yeah, it'll all be okay. It's meant to be.
Yeah, it's true. There's your clock again.
All right. All right, Lisa, see you next time.
Take care. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.